Hello, it's time to duel, and I'm back with another Glacius video to show his rock, paper, scissors RPS showcase options. The first component of this setup is that you're going to be using Glacius' ground bounce under, which can be used at any level from the quarter circle back punch input. The second component is using this setup in order to use your hail, which you can hold in place or use as a meaty. The first option, or option A, is our conditioning tool. It is started by doing a meaty crouch light kick into a light hail. This checks the opponent but also sees where they are gauging defensively, and forces them into using more aggressive defensive tools. The second option is our hyper aggressive tool, which is a simultaneous light hail into a meaty grab. This beats out a lot more passive defensive options. Our third option is our meaty hail. This allows the user to block but to also have a meaty hail and punish hyper aggressive defensive approaches from the opponent. So to start, option A, our conditioning tool, will be used to show how this process is done. Option A tests our opponent's defense, which makes sure that they are not holding up or pressing buttons or not crouch blocking when they are going. Once they properly defend with the crouch block as properly shown, we could be able to use our more aggressive hyperactive options. In this case, we are going to use our grab option from option B in order to punish the defensive option from option A. That is, in this sense, paper beating rock. Similarly, the defender's backdash will be option A, but by switching to option B, you can OS a backwards dash that gets punished by the light hail into a hit confirm combo from a manual light or medium hit. However, an important note to make is that screen positioning, such as the corner, mitigates the weaknesses that option A has against these two defensive options. Once these passive defensive options are beaten, such more actively aggressive defensive options will be used, such as invincible reversals. In this case, Jago's DP beats not only option A, but option B. Thus, we need option C, our hyper defensive scenario, in order to protect ourselves against these more defensive but riskier approaches. In unique cases, characters have moves or shadow moves with special properties. In this case, Jago uses a shadow wing kick to not only low crush to crouch light kick, but also beat the projectile and the light hail. So, rotate your other options, option B and option C, in order to beat the moves. Now, since this is a safer or non-punishable move, there must be other ways to punish it, such as a shadow counter, or, in the next case, more unique to Glacius, you'll punish it with a direct photo punch into a combo. Now, unlike all our other scenarios, delayed wake up hasn't been used to avoid the setups, but if you lab your approaches and the RPS options, you should be able to adjust to them and keep the pressure on your opponent. Overall, if you're a player who wants to put the opponent in unfavorable situations, but also using mind games in order to dictate what your opponent does on defense, I recommend this setup so you can benefit the most with Glacius.